Bu. Yes, it's
We're saying
something.
something. Okay.
Awesome. So, hi, hello, we're back. I'm just taking over for Anique right now. She's taking a back seat. It's fine because in the first half of this stream, we did not have any audio. So sorry, but shit happens. That stuff happens, and that's nobody's business fault or whatever, you know. We're just doing a thing. We're just doing a role play thing and all that. All the Patreons and all the sponsors and all that stuff, they're gonna be at the end of the stream. Please stay seated and fasten your seatbelts. So I did the whole thing from the journey, from the journal that our Waden had had so graciously put down. I did that at the beginning, but that has no audio, so I'm gonna do it again. So yeah, here it goes. Day 3. I was eager to head out today for hopefully the last leg of our journey towards Scarlet Pond. However, the swamp itself proved to be more of a challenge than expected. Lily and I did our best to navigate the marshy terrain, but upon stepping in what we thought was a shallow puddle, found ourselves knee-deep in the muck. Lily was able to pull herself free on a branch of, on the branch of an overhanging tree, and that rhymes, by the way. On the branch of an overhanging tree, and she helped pull me out before I sank deeper through, though we took quite a nasty tumble as the mud suddenly gave way. Though a bit worse for wear, we were able to confidently find a safe path through for the cart until much of the land started to give way to water. Thankfully, this was also our first contact with civilization since Maple Ward. A, a small fishing boat floated by and I hailed them for help. They agreed to take Hannah and I the rest of the way into their small town of Moor, where we could charter a barge. I always stumble on that. We could charter a barge to take the cart up the river. I'm not sure what a barge normally costs, but they seemed to offer a fair price, and I was tired enough already of this swamp and would have paid any price just to make it to a decent town where I could wash my clothes. Arrival in Scarlet Pond meant new and exciting opportunities for all of us, and the group immediately went separate ways to see what the town had to offer. Fern taught a local artisan her art of crochet and learned to fold reeds into small decorative animals. She came back with an enchanted figure of a creature they call Dinner, which looks like a log with legs and a wide tail, and apparently will bite you and not let go. This creature is somehow a source of food, a dangerous predator, and also at times a household pet. Part of me wants to know more, but another part of me would be happy if I never crossed one again. Juniper was able to sell the grand raspberries we had gathered for a fine profit, and it seems she'll be getting back on track as a fine merchant. She's quite wonderful with numbers and keeps track of everything so well. She really is impressive. I hope we can help her as much as possible. Lily visited a class of children who were learning a dance for some sort of recital or performance, and she seemed distant when she returned, but I could tell she was happier. The idea of a dance recital for me only brings back memories of frustrations and a brutal taskmaster of a teacher, but she seemed to look back on it fondly with that light in her eyes she gets when she mentions her children. Hannah and I went looking for Ingeborg Jonasson, the aunt of who was supposed to help us find King's Milk salve for Raquel's husband. I felt embarrassed to be meeting such an important person, covered in mud and looking as haggard as I was, but Hannah shared some very kind words and how we see ourselves and others. I may have to think on them a bit more, but at the very least, she left me feeling calmer. I don't always understand what she means, but she has a way of speaking that makes me feel at home, and I appreciate that. She also surprised me when she flirted with the locals to get directions, which, while unexpected, was startlingly effective. I think I have a lot to learn from Hannah still. We finally meet Ingeborg at her home, which was beautiful and mysterious. It was overgrown with natural plants and there were cats roaming freely throughout. She even had a pet dinner, which she called Bob. Still, such strange creatures. Upon hearing about her sister's plight, she packed up immediately to go visit her herself. Apparently, Raquel has a habit of not asking for her sister's help when she needs it, and Ingeborg has to take care of everything. She seemed annoyed, but caring, like when Nanny Marlies would get frustrated with me not doing my homework. I suppose our work is done here in Scarlet Pond, so we'll have to see where our journey takes us next. I know for me, it will need to involve soap and a long bath, and so it did. Because in the first half, we also dropped Waden off at a spa in the town. Other than that, we left the house basically. We said goodbye to Bob, take care of everything, and then me, Lily, wanted to go on a little. I have a little assignment to do, and so that's upriver. So we're gonna take the same barge as we did before and go back upriver with a whole thing with like the people that are in the bar. They were having food, all that. They were being very loud. Lily did not like that. um, and yeah, so now we're figuring out a little bit about what's going on with our rations and our water and all that stuff. And then other than that, we're probably just gonna head on our way. And that's it.
Thank you very much for both of those recaps.
No problem.
Very nice of you. No. So mechanically, players leveled up at the end of last session. Some of them got a bunch of gold that they may or may not be spending unwisely. The world's on fire, Black Lives Matter, don't deal with racists, and the party is working with a new mechanic to love and support each other throughout this game. Every time one of them touches the other, metaphorically or emotionally, not physically, they can hand over tokens that can be exchanged for extra points when rolling dice. And I do believe that brings us back into the game, now with sound. It's so 2020.
Yes.
And I do believe we left you in a drinking, dancing dinner hall. Some of you were still very busy chowing down. There was math going on because you're getting free food and exactly what that means for your rations, because this game is nothing if not Oregon Trail. Having come to certain conclusions, where are you going now? What are your plans? We know Hannah is clapping along perfectly in time to the music, as a matter of principle.
Mm-hmm. So I think oh yeah, I also had a very big dilemma about how much money to give these people of the barge that we were taking.
You did. You gave them a fair wage. Let's leave it at that in the end.
Maybe not that much, but it was something.
I mean, if a spa day is costing Waden 12 gold, getting up the river for 20 seems like a steal.
I think it does too. So I think I'm gonna so Doc went back to the barge already, right?
He did. Doc already left to deal with stuff, and he left the rest of the crew preparing. Let's use nice words, because we're all about wholesomeness in this game. Mm-hmm. You can see them. One of them's near the bar, and he has this woven reed basket that's clearly local, and he's trying to see how many bottles fit in it.
Interesting. I just look at that and I go. Anyway, I think I turn to the group and I say, over the music, I think I'm gonna go head back to Doc to just like talk about some stuff. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. And I just go and I say I go over to where Doc is. I'm gonna try and find him.
Okay. We were on the world map, so you had an idea where you're going. We will briefly go back to Scarlet Pond. Mm-hmm. Doc is, you remember that little lilac spot where he was fishing previously? He's there packing up his bait box and his fishing tack.
Awesome. I just go over to him and I say like, "Hi, I really don't want to rush you, but I think we have an idea of like leaving in a couple like minutes or like 15 minutes ish. Like we're gonna eat, we're gonna get some stuff, and then we're gonna go, basically."
Is your cart ready?
The cart is ready. Yes.
All right. I'll pull the barge over.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And then I'm gonna stomp back over to where everyone else is.
Dinner's dining hall.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna go over to Hana and I'm gonna rest a hand lightly on her shoulder, and I say, hey, do you think I think we want to shop for rations now and all that stuff and get ready to move, so if you don't mind. I'm sorry.
Or do you get the impression she's like very festive and involved in everything and is taking time to you have to like get her attention?
Yeah, I'm getting I'm getting the idea that she's like they're enjoying the music and all that, and so now I'm interrupting.
Lily doesn't want to be the killjoy, but has to be the like let's go.
Yeah. Mom, I want to go from the slide one more time. No, we're gonna go.
Nope.
Lana,
you're adorable. I'm just gonna state that for the record because this little goat on your head makes me so happy.
Yes.
Clover.
But yeah, so I say that to Hana, and then I go over to Fern and I do the exact same thing. I say like, I think we're gonna have to go.
So we're not staying for the party.
No.
Okay. I'm just gonna eat this real fast because it's like delicious. I think this is dinner. Is this dinner?
You hear raucous laughter and people going, "Sure is, little lady."
Tastes good.
Does the person who say that have like a bit of wheat in their mouth and then like fire off like a spitball, like a spittoon jar?
No, actually, but he is wearing clothes that probably used to be white and are currently greenish brown.
Interesting. In the distance, you hear like from the spit going into the
probably. I think it would be more of a more dampened impact because their spit receptacles are also woven reed.
Yep.
And not metal.
Yep.
I don't know what that would sound like, and I don't feel like looking for a sound effect for it. So just imagine things.
You know what? I don't.
Theater of the mind is.
You asked. You gave a description. I can give you that.
Yep. Patooey.
So that leaves you down one Juniper.
Yeah, so I think meanwhile, while your adventures at the dinner diner were going down, Juniper was off doing her wheeling and dealing, trying to get some of those craft goods from the like warehouse that she heard about from that the teenager who was babysitting the kids that she got a good connection with the other day.
Whose name you've already forgotten.
So I am. Yeah, that's true.
I felt such a deep connection with what's her face?
Your friend. What is it again? Primrose.
She was Primrose.
I wrote it down.
Okay, good.
Write down things
good
even
job.
necessarily involve me.
I wrote it down too. Do I get bonus points? I never write shit down.
We give you
Nice.
get free Ryujin abilities back.
That's just my Ryujin abilities just benefit you guys. That doesn't feel like a reward for me.
Well, isn't the act of kindness and good cheer given to help others a reward in and of itself?
You really don't know Anik, do you?
No, I assumed that I was speaking the equivalent of not relevant things.
All right. So, Juniper, who you're dealing with, and what are you trying to buy from them, and how much of
I
it?
am. I think a slightly vague but very large amount, dependent on how much gold we retcon me getting from Waden when
That
his
is fair.
player is actually around to decide that. But we are going to say 1 cart full of craft goods from this place, which is presumably going to be more than 4. So that will
Yes.
set off my trader ability.
It
So I
is
roll
certainly
with,
more than 4, because you
yay.
did go to the. You're going to the. Like, it's not. We're not talking like IKEA levels of warehouse. It's not that mass produced.
Right.
It is still local craftspeople, but it's the stuff they have their apprentices and journeymen making as well, and not the super fancy artisan craft goods.
Right, for sure. And
It's
as
still
we,
if you're not here, it's super fancy, and here they have 50 of them.
right, exactly.
It's like first Kia as opposed to IKEA. It's the first stop for actually making all of these things.
Something like that.
A Kia, B Kia, C Kia.
C
A
grade.
Kia, exactly. It's a Kia.
So you can get like an assortment of items, or just a fuck ton of one item.
Let's get an assortment. That seems more fun.
So you're looking at like baskets of different sizes, fruit bowls, fans, wall panels, little rugs. So you can creatively stack things
Yeah, for sure.
on your cart.
Fortunately, it's all made of fairly light material, so it won't be
It
too
is
bad to
super
carry
light.
around.
You can't. Some of the things you would like to like fold into each other, you probably shouldn't, because it might tear. It's not. So it's light, and while woven is very sturdy, but if you like break it the wrong way, the fronds break,
Right.
and you have a bit of. It's not the most sturdy thing. Then again, it's not going to rot.
Yeah, that's a big improvement
So
over my last attempted shipment.
So that's a good thing, I think.
Yeah. So I'm taking some notes down on a little pad as they are as they're telling me this care and maintenance information.
Yeah. It'll
and
be
of course
fine if it gets wet. Just don't let it get moldy. Yeah.
Good. That's so convenient, because let me tell you, getting through this area without getting wet is a real trial. Ooh boy.
It kind of is. All right. So we will retcon the amount when Michael gets here, because he's probably going to be one to invest into Juniper's venture.
All right, and I will roll my merchant check with my newly upgraded intelligence. That's a D8 plus a D8. See how we do. Come on. Oh my gosh. Okay, no, good. Woof, I got a 9.
You got a 9.
That is good enough for me.
Exactly. You get a pretty good deal out of this.
Yes.
It's not like you don't necessarily get like a monetary discount. It's more that they see you loading up the cart and you're going, oh no, look, this will fit in that corner. And they're starting to add like little pieces that like fill up little crannies and fill up little baskets. So you just get a bunch more stuff.
No one can resist playing inventory Tetris.
Exactly. They're getting a little bit carried away with inventory Tetris, and suddenly you have like little wee jewelry boxes, and just, it's like Matryoshka dolls. How much can we fit in things that we already fit into something?
Cute. So for future reference, that will be a 20% increased price change when I sell these.
Yes.
If I sell these, yes, correct.
Provided like the barge doesn't sink somewhere,
Yep. We'll have to keep it afloat, but we'll make a decent return on our investment if we do.
Yes. So good merchanting.
Good
it
merchanting.
Takes a while, though. There's a fair amount of inventory Tetris, and still children underfoot. It's getting a little late. Who knows what time they're supposed to be in bed? It's just, it doesn't seem to be any quieter than it was during the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Fun fact:
Wow.
before you call herding cats again, the Netherlands is actually one of the countries where kids sleep the most and have the earliest bedtimes. So we might be biased.
Nice.
Other countries, they want children to eat. In the Netherlands, we want children to sleep. Maybe that's why we're so
True.
tall. I don't know.
Maybe that's why we're so cranky when we don't get 8 hours.
Yeah.
We've been trained for more.
Yeah, my kids get 10 to 11 at least. Anyway.
My Fitbit gets so angry at me when I get 6. Anywho, Juniper has successfully merchanted, which is not a verb,
Merchanted.
could be.
Merchanated.
Yeah.
Merchanated. But that makes Juniper the merchanator.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
is.
I say, don't worry, I'll be back.
So Lily,
With extra money.
by the time you're coming to find Juniper, they're playing inventory Tetris, and Juniper's going, no, maybe 1 or 2 more boxes will balance it out on the left.
Interesting. So I like from a distance away, I'm like, Juniper, it still has to fit on a barge.
It's gonna fit. They're professionals. They know what they're doing.
It also has to stay afloat.
If anything, this will make it float better. Because of all the reeds.
If I had a token, I would give it to you just for that answer.
I'm giving you a token just for that one.
Thank you. It's probably true. It's lighter than the wood.
It's just, I'm giving it to you not even just for how you said it, but just for Anik's face after you said it.
Oh, good.
Amazing. Anyway, I'm like, okay, you know what? It's fine. That's fine. Anyway, we are going to get some rations and
Yeah,
then-
sounds good. Hey, you smell delicious. Have you guys been eating food without me?
I don't recollect such a thing.
Really? Weird. Okay.
Do
Well,
you?
anyway.
Hannah comes up and has like a leftover plate that still has food. She has another glass of alcohol she left the tavern with.
Nice.
Okay, we kind of.
Wow, Lily. But I'm like too distracted and mollified by the food and drink, so I'm going for it.
I assume Hannah's the type of person who wouldn't leave out Juniper getting food and alcohol or
Thank you.
other
That's very
appropriate
nice.
drink.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I am happy with that. And yeah, I think we should get ready to get the last of our supplies and head out.
Mm-hmm. Good idea. So where do we find ourselves some rations?
Well, I've got some good friends right here. I'm sure they know where we can get the good stuff.
Amazing. Lead us.
Are we
through
talking the rations that'll hold you for a long time?
Yeah. We're looking for some of that, those trail rations.
I mean, we have a bottle of dry tack, but honestly, we don't usually go that far from town.
Good point.
It's fine if we don't have like the long-term ones.
It was like 1 day by the barge, and I have like 3 days worth, so
Yeah, we'll probably be okay one way or the other.
Let's.
Now that Waden isn't
maybe
eating
we'll find
everything, am
more
I
of
right?
those dragon berries.
Good
Hey,
idea.
Lily, you can hunt us a dinner while we're out there.
I don't think that's a good idea.
You could take them.
I mean, of course I could take them, but like it's not like, yeah.
If you want to fight a dinner, just try and get the snout to close, because they're betting it. They don't have a lot of strength to open them, but then you got to watch the legs because they've got 6 of them.
Ooh, that's a lot of legs.
I'm just.
Yeah.
The moment Juniper has suggested that like Lily could take it, I'm just imagining all of the dinner in the area just sort of turn their eyes.
I know they're like SOSing each other with their tails on the dock.
Plap, 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 plap.
Tap, 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 tap.
It's good.
Red alert, hunter in area, red alert.
Yep.
So we don't need rations. So
Yeah, I
I
filled
guess
up
let's
the water
go.
barrel, so we're ready to roll.
Awesome. So how about we get the cart on the barge, and we go.
All right, come on, Sven, and I'm pulling our
I will
pack
cuddle
elk along.
Sven and show him. I will show him Fern. I'm going, come, Sven. Not
Sven-
Fern, Clover.
Sven looks warm and his coat is damp, and Sven's not made for this weather.
No, he's really not.
And his feet sink into the ground really deeply, and he has to pull up foot up with lots of effort. Sven's not a happy elk. Elk are not meant for swamp.
No.
Sven is looking at you, Juniper, with just... You know how animals can look at you because you have truly, truly betrayed them after they put their tiny, tiny trust in you?
It's true.
You have betrayed Sven's trust.
Yeah,
You took
worry,
him
buddy.
here. There are mosquitoes all over his flanks.
Oh no.
And his little elk tail is just not big enough to deal with them.
It's not.
Oh.
All right, I'll walk next to you. I'll keep those bugs off you when I'm swatting at them.
On one side of him.
This is how Anik
The
hurts
best I
us.
can do.
Yes,
This is how
actually
Anik hurts her players in a wholesome game. She just makes us feel bad for what we've done to our animal companions.
Yep.
True. If you took an elk into a swamp, there have to be some kind of
It's true.
emotional consequences. He is not a happy animal.
This
Yeah.
is true.
I can have my pet raven hang out on the other side of him and eat the bugs.
Oh heck,
That's fair. At least he has dual protection against bugs.
Yes.
He's
Circle
still
of
very
protection
warm and
bugs.
sweaty little elk.
We are such a strange sight right now. Just a group, this pair of old ladies, some with a giant sewing, like crochet needle, a merchant with a big ass Tetris cart with a bunch of inventory, and an elk that's got a raven chilling out on it eating bugs.
And a baby goat with a hat.
And a baby
Yes.
goat with a hat.
yes,
Mustn't forget
we forgot about the
Clover.
baby goat.
Like I sometimes forget what our party is. Just in
Yeah, no, the locals
Right.
are looking at you like you're the latest attraction.
Amazing, lovely.
Which
Which
Sure.
my
Technically
art block
true,
would
actually.
go away. I would draw us.
so long as it's
Anyway.
only the locals and not the local like fauna that are looking at us, I'm okay with this.
The
No,
locusts.
the fauna is looking at you with interest because night is starting to fall and you're heading out into the water. At least I'm assuming we're heading out onto the water at this point in time.
Yeah.
Yes.
We finally left town. It took us only about an hour and 40 minutes to
Yep.
get there.
Look, nobody heard the first half. We can say we did very exciting things in the first half and no one will know.
We sure did. It
was
was
fascinating.
Very exciting. It was
we
That
fought
whole
for
call that
everything.
we got through.
You know, there was that other just strange creature that appeared. There was 3 cryptids that we saw at random for no reason whatsoever. Like,
And this really weird werefrog.
oh
All right.
God. That is a terrifying thought, Anik. Why did you put that in my head?
You're
it.
welcome.
I love you.
All right,
Anyway,
guys.
yeah.
You're out on the barge. The people making an illegal profit are at the poles. They're moving a little slower than during the day because the one on front is prodding a little bit to see how everything's going. Fern's assisting. Is anyone else helping out now that Waden is having his relaxation treatment? You haven't seen him since you dropped him off at the spa. You're not quite sure what he's up to.
Relaxation treatment.
Yeah, and a massage
Fine.
for 12 gold. A 12 gold massage. Let that sink in. So Lily, you're assisting with the forward
See.
movement. Excellent. Juniper and Hannah, what are you doing?
I think I left Waden a note saying where we're going and our plans and stuff so he can catch up with us easily. Since
That's
he
fine.
moves faster on foot than a whole party together.
Look, you're smart. Me, however, I did not think.
You just left. You just left him.
90%
He'll
of problems
find us
in fantasy
somehow.
can be fixed by leaving people a note. That's what Patrick Rothfuss never learned.
It's true.
I paid for
I
his
will-
massage and I said, get out of here.
It was a pleasure knowing you.
Yep.
I will point out there is a fairly well-equipped mail system in this game as well. So if you want to send people letters or send letters home, that is entirely possible.
That's cute.
Hana has extensive experience with the mail system, having had years and years of pen pal fun.
Like, I think last time we checked, it was like 20, 30 years worth of pen pal fun. Last time we had a discussion about it.
Amazing.
Hey, gay feelings last for a really long time. Gay
true.
pining, even worse.
I was going to say exactly if you don't marry that particular gay feeling. It's not so much that there's letter boxes on the side of the road. In general, every town will have usually either the local inn or the local general store function as a drop-off and a pick-off for letters and parcels.
Question. In terms of making our way up the river, will this still require something like a direction or travel check to do this, or is that set of checks already concluded for the day?
That set of checks have been concluded for the day,
Okay.
and in this case, it also wouldn't necessarily be you making it, but the people you've hired.
Okay.
And since they are not leaving what is like the boundaries of their terrain, they don't have to make a check. They're still like in their neighborhood.
Okay.
Now, if one of you says, I think we need to go left when they're about to go right, that would be a different discussion. But if you're happy to let locals take you where you're going, you're fine.
Yeah.
If you stop for the night, we do still make the camping check.
Okay, just double checking.
If you don't stop for the night, we go into the exhaustion rules. So those are you can stop for the night or you can keep going.
Yeah, I think in that case, to answer your question of what Hanu would be doing, I think she would be. I think part of how her magic works is that some of it is as she levels up, she starts remembering what some of the recipes that were in the book that she wrote with her husband. She starts being able to figure out like the symbols and the writing that she used to have in it, because it's been years since she's looked at some of it. So she'd probably just be with Juniper for a bit, and she'd be like pulling out a couple of the tinkling bottles that are on her person that appear in a way that doesn't make any sense, because that's how that works. And she's just saying, I think I've remembered something I could use. That spell that you did before, it's protective, right?
The ice shield spell, yeah.
And then you see her like starting to tinker around with a couple of bottles, and you see her like moving her hands over like this little bowl that she has to prepare it all in. And she's like, it's a little ring of like vines that are still kind of like wet around them start like forming out of the bowl. And she's like, I think I have a version of it that might work.
Ooh.
This
very cool.
It's not quite as cold as yours is, but I think it'll do the same exact kind of thing.
Oh, wonderful. That'll be good in case we run into any more dinners.
It would be nice if we didn't agitate them directly, but I can understand if we have to deal with it through circumstance. I am a little worried about being out here at night, but I'm sure we can trust our group to take care of one another.
I will point out as the barge is moving across the surface of the water and night has properly fallen, this place has a lot of fireflies. And in between the trees, you have quite an amazing view of the sky as well. But you do, in the light of the fireflies and the moon, occasionally see ripples in the water that suggest that the dinners are a little more awake than they were during the day when they were doing like nothing but sunning themselves. But you hear a little more of that swish in the water.
I'm going to keep near the center of the barge and make sure I am not anywhere near the water for fear of falling in.
You know, that seems smart. I'm going to hang out with you, actually.
just like holding each other like close together. It's like no.
Shaggy and Scooby.
So brave.
Do I see a falling star?
Roll me a perception check.
So no. Yes. That's,
You might get lucky.
intelligence and
Dexterity. I think your two worst ones.
my dex is an 8.
Oh, right, because you have to hit stuff.
I also rolled an 8.
Ooh. So I think you're like half zoned out while pulling ahead. And then ahead of you, like across the water with trees on all sides, you do at some point see one shooting star streak across towards the horizon.
I shall make a wish.
Would you like to DM me what you're wishing for?
No, I think Fern will be muttering the wish because she's not good at inside voice. I think she's just wishing that all the baby goats and the baby sheep she left when she went away have become big, strong animals who are happy and they didn't eat all her flowers.
Oh,
Just some
you
of
get a
your
favor
flowers.
point.
No!
Or what are they called? A happiness point.
Yay.
Token, heart point, whatever you want to call them, it's fine.
Thank you.
All right. Lily, can you roll me a sense check, please? That's int plus spirit.
Oh no, not spirit.
Thought you'd never have to roll with spirit, huh?
Not spirit. Oh, come on.
I did not make this check up. It's in the book.
It's in the book.
Hey,
It's not all my fault, you guys.
it's a 6.
Don't make that face at me.
I'm not saying I summoned a dragon to suddenly appear and attack all of you. I'm just in control of the ability for a creature to appear.
It exists in the world, and my brain decided it's here right now.
It was a 6, a 3 on both of those.
A 3 on both of those. All right. So
I want to tell you that my spirit is a D4. That's why I was like, please, what are you doing to me?
I asked you to make a sense check. So mainly what you notice is that things go a little more quiet. And it seems to be that you had the chorus of the frogs and the crickets before. There seem to be fewer of them here.
This is very interesting.
The river's gotten a little wider as well, whereas the barge people are going almost straight ahead, which for you means the happy coincidence that there's fewer mosquitoes right now. But there are a number of biting insects still around. Sven's still not happy. Some of you are getting the feeling that you might be very, very itchy in the morning.
Dang it. As I'm pulling the barge, I like grip it in a certain way where if there is something that comes over, I can just like,
Yeah,
like
you're
jab
ready.
at it.
You're ready for them to come at you.
I'm ready for them to come at me. And I just look at the other people pulling the boat and I'm like, is it normally very quiet out here?
The dog just goes, nah, that just means dinner's hunting for dinner. Just let it keep going,
Okay. Cool. And so I keep pulling with a very worried heart.
That's fair. How long do you keep going before you say this is where we're stopping for the night? And I will ask you, whoever is rolling it, to make the camping check before you tell me what time it is when you're stopping.
What does a camping check entail? Okay.
That was the Dex and Int. One person rolls it and one person can support.
Mm-hmm. So
My
my
horns are slipping. What is this?
Dex and int are well, my int is a D10 now, so
Wow.
I've got a big up on that, I think. So I can make the camping check if y'all want to.
Sure, I could help maybe. Because
All
I've
right.
got a D4 in Dex, but a D8 in int. I don't know if
Okay.
anyone else is better than that.
I think Hana's just really busy not being near the water, and Fern is pulling the barge. So I
That
think
is
it's
very
up to
fair.
the two of you.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
That's totally fine.
All right.
So,
Dex and int. Lily has a target number. I know Juniper has a target number of 5.
Okie dokie. Hey, I got a
Hi.
7.
Great. So you have assisted successfully. So you get a +1, Lily.
Oh, there's
Hold on, Shiba. Oh no.
Oh no!
So it's a 7, but it's a 1 on the D10. So that's big side.
Wow,
But it's a 6 on the D6.
that's good.
But it's a
Good.
+1, so it's
Good
an
eight.
8. And so do I get anything else with it?
Unless you have anything in your inventory or skills that specifically lets you do better at camping checks, no. For as far as I know, you only have bonuses for conditions with what you've eaten today and
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Can we say that I was helping by doing my little spell? Because I think that helps on camping checks, does it?
I don't know, does it? That's your alarm spell?
Yes. That one, oh, it's not in the winter magic. Right, I just themed it wintry. It's not actually a winter spell. Grants +1 on camp checks. Yes.
Okay, so once you select your camping space, that is assuming you are moving onto a sturdy area of land. You can't alarm water.
Right, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
which
so-
puts you at an 8.
No, because I rolled a 7. I got a +1 from Juniper assisting, and then a +1
Mhm.
again from the thing. So
Okay.
that's a 9.
Yeah.
That's a 9. Okay.
Yeah.
So what time is it roughly when you want to go camp? All of you.
I'm thinking about like midnight, like exactly like 12 a.m. or something.
So around midnight, you tell Doc.
Yeah, we gotta. I think we're gonna have to find a space to rest and stuff.
Yeah, you notice that they're mainly like working on autopilot. They're fairly zoned out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'll like keep a watch for something on the river banks, and then
A lot
when
of
I
it is
find
those
like
mangrove trees, but around midnight you can find an area that you could probably, like the cart will probably stay on the barge for the night. It may be Sven, but the rest of you can like scatter in between the trees a bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Maybe I'll tie Sven up a little bit away from the water so he doesn't become a dinner.
Yeah, the problem is with Sven making him walk around those tree roots with
He
his giant
squishes.
hooves. So you have to make like a dex check or something. Or you have to be really, really slow about it.
I can just lead him really slow. We got
All
time.
right, let's go real slow. Okay.
In the meantime, when Juniper does that, I think I'm like putting up tents and all that stuff. And I don't think I say to everyone, I don't think we should make a fire and attract more like animals to us. I don't think we should.
While you're saying that, you see Doc's already halfway through making a super smoky fire. It's like, look, lady, I'm half eaten by bugs. I don't need to be whole eaten by bugs, and at least the smoke keeps the gnats away.
Okay, fine, cool.
Anything moving towards us while that fire is being made?
Yes,
Oh.
but no dinners.
Okay.
Cool.
Just point me to what I'm hitting. I can't see in the dark really well, but I know what.
It's also a fire, more like a glowing wet log that they're using to like make smoke.
Mm-hmm.
It
And I
does
say-
sting your eyes and throat a little, but not horrendously so.
Mm-hmm. I say, I mean, we don't have to do this. I have some insect repellent candles.
Now she tells me, and he's like still flapping the smoke. Wait, just chuck them on there. It'll be better.
Okay. So I take one out of my bag and I chuck it on there. One. I get rid of one.
Mark off one.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then I'll continue like putting up the tents and all that stuff. And
it's a little tricky, but in the end, you can put it all together.
Mm-hmm.
So leading question, do you all sleep at the same time? Are there watches? There is an alarm spell set. So technically, if a dinner wanders into the camp, it should go off. The four barge people are already sound asleep. They give no fucks.
I'm going to say now, I know last time my alarm spell didn't actually help because a giant plant grew under us in the night. But what are the chances of that happening twice? Like, this spell works for sure. I've used it before.
Nobody entered our camp.
Yeah, the camp just moved. That's not what the spell is designed to detect, so...
Technically.
It's basically fine that it didn't work. Anyway, I trust in the magic. I'm going to go sleep. Bye.
I
think for my own comfort, I'm just gonna like take a watch, just like everyone's going to sleep. That's fine. I'm just gonna stay like at the front of the tents and just like.
Wait, lady, wake me up when you're done being awake.
Hana is also going to take a watch.
Not me.
Juniper is knocked out.
Can we at least like not all be awake at the same time? Just wake me up when it's my turn.
Yeah, go to sleep. It's fine. So do you want to take first watch, Hana, or should I?
Why don't you take the first watch?
I will. How about you? Have a nice sleep, and I'll wake you up for the second one. Mm-hmm. So I'll sit in front of the tent, and I'll just like stare at the water while also looking up at the sky here and there, just watching.
It is a surprisingly peaceful evening, considering how on edge a lot of your party seems to be. Like I described earlier, there's fireflies. You can see the night sky. It's beautiful. You can see constellations you've not seen in a while because you're on the other side of that lonely mountain now. It's the constellation you can see from home even.
Awesome.
Just a little bit turned, a little bit on its side.
I look up and I say, "Hello there, Homeward Star." And I just I look around. Is the Raven still like with Sven and such?
Yeah, I think they're buddies. Also,
Awesome.
You get a point for that. That was so nice.
Thank you. So I look at the Raven, then my face gets like a little reminiscing. And I just I just start humming a little tune that I remember from when I was young. And then I start looking around again, and here and there I just look up.
Nothing comes to disturb you while you watch.
Cool. Awesome.
Who do you wake up?
So next I'll wake up Hana. I'll just very softly, just like give her a little shake. And I just go, "Hey, it's your turn for the watch." Okay. And then I go into my tent and I try to catch some Z's.
Yes. Somehow a mosquito made its way into your tent, but you're tired enough not to care. Yep, that sound.
If only any of us had the summer bug net magic.
So
I think it's like a lightning magic. It's really cool.
All right, Hannah, it's your watch. What are you doing?
I think she's probably looking up at the night sky a little bit, thinking over just how the journey's been so far, and probably thinking she's remembering times with Akia, her husband, and then also looking forward to some moments, hopefully in the future with Asuka. Just looking forward to that, but she's mainly like she's like looking through her recipe book, and she's just remembering. She's decoding and figuring out how one of them, for the protective magic that I picked up, how it actually reads, and just having like nice sort of little memories about that. And another one that she's, I think, the watch time, she's taking a look around at everything, but she's finished decoding and figuring out what that other, the second spell that I picked up, like what that recipe for it was as well. It's like, oh, that's what that meant. Oh. Nice to. I haven't looked at this in ages.
For you as well, your watch passes rather peacefully. No big scary monsters come at you.
Okay. Nothing of any major attention?
No. It's a very quiet, peaceful swamp tonight. I mean, you might occasionally hear dogs snoring. Are you watching all the way till dawn, or are you waking up for?
Would it impose exhaustion of any kind for me to do it till dawn?
It might give you a condition check.
Mm.
It's not D&D. You don't get a ring of sustenance.
No, I think in that case she will try to wake up Fern.
Where is it? Who am I hitting?
It's fine.
What?
Fine.
Oh.
There's nothing.
Okay.
Just need someone to take watch for the last bit of
Yeah,
time.
I'm going.
Fern, if anything happens, just wake me up first so I can get everyone else up immediately.
That doesn't make any sense.
I have magic. Does that
I
make
have
it
a
easy?
really loud voice if I want to.
This is faster than that.
But if I wake you up and then you wake the rest of them, if I just wake you up by
I mean, if that
screaming
works
really
too.
loudly and like, you're confusing me. I just woke up. I'm gonna sit.
It's fine.
Okay.
Take care, dear. It's like a very like gentle pat on the head, and then she like goes and like rests against like Lily and Juniper to like go to sleep.
All right, Fern. It's you in the swamp.
No, wake myself. Row, row, row the barge gently down the stream. Hit a dinner on the head. Life is
How you're keeping yourself awake, counting barges.
Yeah.
So again, it's a fairly quiet, peaceful watch. Does Fern stay awake all the way to the end of it?
Yeah. I think so.
Probably.
That's up to you, I guess.
No, it's I mean, it depends on Fern.
Fern is taking it very seriously. That's why she's singing a little song.
All right. So let's say around dawn-ish. Would you roll me a notice check or a perception check, I should call them in this game?
That's an intelligence and dexterity again?
It is. It's almost like it's always the same.
It's almost like you shouldn't have low intelligence in this game.
I mean, it's a valid option.
7.
So the good thing is, there is an incredibly loud scream that is very hard to miss. So you are in fact alerted to the fact that some shit is going down somewhere nearby.
I shall scream, shit is going down somewhere nearby!
Thank you. Somewhere, the problem is you don't know exactly in what direction. It sort of echoes around.
I'm gonna check everyone. Are you still alive? Someone's screaming.
The rest of you wake up to the sound of a horrendous scream and Fern.
Someone's screaming. I don't know where. And is it you? Is Sven okay? It's just, where's my goat?
What? Huh? What? Yeah, Sven? What? I am also jumping up.
Meh.
Your goat is fine. Sven is fine as well.
Good.
The barge people are up, looking more alert than I think you've ever seen them.
Someone's screaming.
Holding their barge poles, and from nearby the screaming continues.
We shall go towards the
It
screaming.
sounds like a child.
No.
Oh no.
And you hear them going, "No, give it back! I need her!"
Oh, I'm gonna get my axe off of the back of the wagon out of its pretty embroidered like holder thing.
Force some perspective and grab my crochet hook.
Your giant crochet hook. That's the size of your head.
Yes.
I'm gonna grab the combat rules from the book because I've never done this before.
I just I like jump awake and I have my bow at the ready and I'm like, let's go.
You hear like a splashing and thrashing coming from a little more up the river. The barge people are like 3 of them are staying with the barge, and Doc is starting to head towards the noise he's hearing.
I'm like pulling on my boot and like hopping as I'm going, and I'm like, I just want to point out, technically, monsters did not get into the camp. Wards are fine, totally fine. Magic works.
I mean, once again, technically correct is the best kind of correct.
If Fern was more cynical, she would say, "Nobody cares, Juniper." Nobody cares.
Nope, hang on. I'm trying to turn my lights on better without turning yellow. There we go. Okay. So you're rushing towards whatever is making this noise in what is basically still a mangrovey forest. As ahead of you, you see, you're not sure if it's a boy or a girl. It's a filthy looking child with long tangled hair, halfway up a tree, 3 dinners under the tree, 1 snapping at the child and 2 fighting over something in the mud. And the kid is going, "No, give her back. I need her."
I in the same fashion as I did with the bargemen, I just go, "Hey!"
Okay.
I ready my bow at the dinners.
Okay. Before we start with your bowing shooting things, let's start the Ryuutama combat rules.
Dun dun
Yay.
dun.
Dun, dun, dun. So
You know what? I'm very excited.
The first thing we do as a group is decide on 5 objects that are in this area that can be used during combat by anyone in the scene. Hannah, what's nearby?
Oh gosh, I'm just started looking over the rules, so I'm trying to think about this.
No, this isn't rule related.
No.
There is something nearby that you may or may not be able to use.
There's an overhanging branch that has various vines, thorny vines, hanging off the side of it. So it's flat and big enough that's a couple of people could be standing on it, but it's a little bit away from us.
A hanging branch with thorny vines. That's pretty freaking big. All right. Lana, what else is nearby?
Well, I have been playing a lot of Animal Crossing, so I'm going to say a wasp's nest.
There is a wasp's nest nearby.
Nice.
Nice. Inez, what else is nearby?
Oh, very good question. I'm thinking some like, there's some flowers in our nature that are parasitic and they like grow on trees, and they live off this tree.
So like lichen?
Yeah, kind of, but it's more like very pretty flowers.
Mhm.
But they're actually very, very toxic.
Okay, toxic pretty flowers.
Yes. They like lure different kind of animals and insects and stuff into the flowers, and then they eat off of those. I
All
think.
right. Flesh-eating plants. I have some of those in my house.
Yeah, kind of.
Alex, what else is nearby?
I think there is like a big rotten log, like a tree has fallen over and has mostly rotted through, but it seems like it's a person could scamper over it, but probably it would not bear the weight.
Only
there.
once.
Yeah, only once.
Mm-hmm.
Only once. All right.
Very good idea.
And that actually just leaves me, and I will say there are probably the remains of a boat with lots of splintered wood.
Absolutely. Good idea.
How else would the kid have gotten here? All right, and then is when we determine initiative, which for you guys means a dexterity plus intelligence roll. Don't give me that face. Intelligence is important.
Not for initiative. I just run up and hit them.
What's there to decide? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not
Do you go
thinking
left?
about
Do you go right?
this.
Do you do a pincer maneuver? Are you going to try and wrestle the snout? What's your plan?
I rolled an 11.
Hang on.
Oh.
This is a different note. Fern with an 11. Did anyone beat Fern on the 11?
Is there like a bonus you get to this?
That depends on if you're like a fighter or you use a particular type of magic.
I am a fighter. Do I get...
No, not yet. Later when you grow up. Juniper on a 10.
Get some. Oh, how about what is it with my bow? No, it doesn't do anything. It's fine.
What's your initiative, Lily?
My initiative is 8. Why can't I roll higher than a 310? Please do
That's
not
rough.
ask.
And Hannah
That would be
being
a 5.
appropriate like a healer on a 5. Look, the healer is supposed to go last so everyone can get damage before you do your thing. That's how this
Yes.
works, right?
Right.
Yep.
You would have had a delay anyway.
Exactly. So
Exactly.
for
This is Final
combat,
Fantasy.
it is very Final Fantasy. You've probably seen in the book, like we're working with combat areas that are like little eggy arenas. So you're either in the front or you're not. Those are your two options. There's no flanking nonsense. You're either there or you're not. So, which leads me to ask, who's in the front area of the combat field? Fern's up front.
I'm in the
Anyone beside her?
Me. Very much so.
Are
Because
you
it's about a
using your
child.
Are you using your bow? Because your bow would be used from the back area.
Oh. Then yes, I am using my bow.
Just
So I
let
will
me
not-
be in front, you all behind me.
Okay.
I will be Z-Tank.
Yes.
Juniper's-
Do tanking duties.
Juniper, ally back area, Hannah back area.
Going in the
Yeah.
back. Yep.
All right.
Sorry about
We're all behind Fern.
And so, as a quick reminder,
Doc's
it-
next to Doc is also in the front area.
Okay,
Ooh.
a quick reminder. So it's boat remains, big branch with thorny vines, pretty poisonous flowers, and the other two items are
A rotten log.
A
rotten
rotten
log.
log
Wasp's nest.
and a
Wasp's
wasp's nest.
I'm
Yep.
excited about that one.
You know I have a lisp. Why do you do this to me?
Well,
You
I
have a
had to
list?
say, Anik, I had to say short sword for a long time.
Short word. You still have to say
Oh.
you still haven't found it.
But
All right,
I
so,
know.
Fern, you
Short
actually have
sword.
you actually
There
have
you
the
go.
highest initiative and you get to go first. Look,
Yeah.
I'm trying to listen to a podcast with a warlock. He is level 14 and still can't say green flame blade. So
Green flame blade. Green flame
No one
blade.
can say
That's
that
not hard.
phrase. It's not
Green
a hard
flame
phrase
blade!
to say. And no, it's not hard to say, but apparently no one can
Green
actually
flame
ever
blade.
say it correctly.
It's not even my
hilarious.
native language and I can do it. I can't say short sword. There,
I think she keeps saying green blame flayed.
Green blame flayed.
That's pretty great.
Handy.
Fern.
Meow.
So the things you can do in battle are you can move, which means you go to
Yes.
the back area, which is something you don't want to do, I assume.
I
because
shan't.
It's shit with your giant crochet.
I
hook.
shan't.
Some of you can use magic, but that's not you either.
Nope.
There's assess the situation, which is also not something you want to do
Nope.
because it lets you re-roll initiative, and you're already good as fuck. You can focus on defense, which means you don't do a lot. It's just defensive stance. Or, and I think this is your favorite, you can attack.
Yeah.
All right. In which case, what did we make your crochet hook again? A pole arm?
Yeah.
You take your pole arm.
Well, I also have an axe. Don't forget about my axe.
Do you want a pole arm or the axe for your first attack?
You know what? I am going to use my pole arm.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try and hook the beast like a fish.
There's 3 of them. Which one are we aiming for? There's one snapping at the child and 2 fighting over something in the mud.
The one snapping at the child, because it's snapping. I'm going to hit it in the mouth and pull it towards me.
All right, make an accuracy check.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It says on your weapon.
Yes, I found it. For fuck's sake! I've been rolling 4s on a d4, and now I'm rolling a 1 and a 2 on 2d8s.
So shockingly, that's a miss.
Yeah.
What does it look like when Fern gets so upset she misses?
I don't get so upset I miss. It's just a bit slippery here. So whoop.
Yeah, definitely not your native fighting arena.
No.
All right. I think that concludes your turn for this particular round.
Didn't I get more attacks because of me leveling up?
You get 2 attacks around because you're awesome.
So I get another one.
It was a question. I didn't memorize the fighter. I will look at it.
I don't know. You said I got more.
I will look at it.
It's just that everything is already so chaotic, and I love it.
Yes.
It's definitely
One turn
my style. Yes.
I was hoping we could do the combat last time with only 3 people, so it'd be nice and streamlined. But no. Let's see, the attack type. No, you got an extra master weapon.
Oh, you didn't tell me about that.
No, I did. It's when you wanted to focus on your hands, and it couldn't because they're not a weapon.
Oh, okay. So just one. Why am I a fighter? I can't do anything. Meh.
You get you get extra damage if you hit something. But hitting comes first.
I really hope a spellcaster crits on damage somehow, just to see what happens.
Well, guys, that was your tank.
Yep. Oh, you're still standing there annoying it.
Yeah, that's important. That's maybe even more important than damage. Speaking of damage, there is a kid in that. So I could do my snowball storm magic, which hits an area. Is everybody involved in the same area though?
Yes. You would basically hit the front area. So Fern, Doc, and the child. And dinners. So 6 targets means not bad money. That's a lot of worth for your money.
The allies do get half damage. That's pretty good, right? How many hit points does a child have?
About 2.
Okay, so I'm not doing that. Cool. Just checking.
All right, don't worry, everybody. For anyone who's watching and is curious, yes, I'm adding that to our list of quotes.
Totally not throwing snowballs at a child.
How many hit points does it?
Magic snowball.
They're magic. So I will actually. Let's see. I could try to make them all fall asleep, but that would probably. No, let's not do that either. So I will actually get my axe out and go up to the front line as well and attack.
No, you can only move and then you attack
only
next
move.
time.
Okay. In that case, I will just move, and I'll go up next to Fern and say like, "Don't worry, I've got your side." Or what do they call it?
Flank.
Yeah, I'm flanking.
Or I'm here. I'm with you.
But I don't know combat words. I'm a merchant. I'm just trying to sound cool.
I mean, that's a very valid attempt. All right. Having said that, though, we are moving on to the dinners. So the dinners
Choppy
are
boys.
Yeah. Choppy boy 1 or girl is going to snap at a child.
Do not.
That child only has 2 hit points.
Oh wow, I rolled really well.
No.
Yeah,
No, you shouldn't.
so that's my accuracy check done. So I get a damage roll, which is
This is not starting off
Child
great.
is lost.
I get an F in the chat for the child.
I rolled a 1 on a d8. The child lives,
Hey!
bleeding profusely and potentially down a limb, but the child lives for now.
Whoa!
The 2 other dinners are still fighting over something. You do see stuff churning and a flash of red and black and yellow as they continue to struggle down in the mud. Lily, 'tis your moment.
It is. Oh no.
I mean, I hope so. It better be someone's moment.
Yeah, true. So I'm like, I'm looking around in distress, and I see that this child is being chomped.
Oh yes. You remember how they said that once they grab, they don't let go? Like the dinner is hanging onto the child's leg and the child is clinging onto the tree. And dinner with its 6 legs is like scrambling on the tree, trying to pull that child down and get him underwater.
Oh, that's very scary. I don't
Trashing
like
with that big goldfish betta tail spraying
I do not
mud
like.
everywhere.
I do not like.
Yanking that
and
kid
so-
out of the tree.
No, do not. And so I'm very stressed, and I all of a sudden I hear the and I look up and I see the wasp nest. I just aim for it. And I wanna like have it so I wanna have such an angle that it will like fall down like
Onto dinners.
like onto the dinners. Just like combusting and like freaking a whole swarm of wasps. Just
All right.
going at it.
Roll
So
an
I-
accuracy check.
Okay. So my accuracy is intent dex plus -2.
Sorry.
Oh god.
Plus -2.
But
What could go wrong?
Intent
it's
dex.
actually only a -1 because if you're using the wasp nest, you used an item, so you got
You
plus
used
1
an item, so
accuracy.
you get a +1.
So it's only -1.
Only
So it's
-1.
Plus -1.
Oh wait, intent dex, so a d10. Please do not roll a 3 this time. Please. I'm begging you.
The 3s are forever.
Oh,
It's a
dang
1,
it.
right?
Well, no. Well, the d6 has a 1, but the d10 has an 8. So that's
Oh.
a 9 in total, but that's an 8.
It's
Which is a -1.
just enough to hit the wasp nest and make sure it doesn't hit you guys. The problem is, of course, the child being in with the dinners is currently also in a wasp swarm. And just having a really, really bad morning.
Well, yes. I mean, I'm just hoping that dinner lets go.
Yeah,
Please.
dinner is not letting go, and the
Goddamn.
child gains the poisoned condition.
Oof.
Anyways,
It's
I know
almost
how to
like the
handle
wasps
children.
aren't getting through the incredibly thick hide of the dinners that are based on crocodiles.
Anyway, I know how to handle children. It's fine.
Look, all she needs is 2 good condition checks tomorrow, and she'll live.
Okay.
Why
there
are you
anything
like
else
this,
I can do?
Anik?
Is there
Sorry,
anything
Hannah,
else I
it's your
can do?
turn.
Dang it.
Oh god.
I can't do anything else.
Hana is gonna just use her turn to move closer to the front.
All right, Hannah moves into the front.
Yeah, because she needs to be within touch range to help the child.
Oh
That's what
boy.
it's looking like it's gonna be.
Hannah joins the fight. Da, 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 da. Choose your character.
I choose
Fern.
Fern.
Yes.
Fern, I choose you.
Yeah,
muted.
well, no,
Hey.
I'm not muted.
You were.
Not. Yeah, well, I'll try again. Is it
All right.
now holding on. Is there like a place where I can hook on to?
Yes, I mean it has the child's leg in its mouth, so that creates a natural opening.
Okay,
Sort
I'm
of
gonna
lever it.
I'm gonna try that again.
Don't rip off the leg. Do not rip off the leg.
I'm not gonna rip off the leg. I'm going to annoy the well, probably not 5.
I'm not going to rip off the. Well, that is not enough, I'm afraid, to successfully unwedge the dinner.
I have not used my class abilities any session, and I am failing really hard.
That's rough.
It is.
So if you keep this up, I'm going to introduce something called the fun point, where people who fail a lot get extra fumble points, so they can still have fun during the session. I am not introducing those in Strahd. Those are just for Ryuutama. In Strahd, you suffer.
I have my token I got. Can I
Yes,
do
but
anything with that?
a 6 isn't good enough either. I will tell you now the target is 7.
That's what I figured it was.
Well, everyone's gonna die. It was nice knowing you. Bye.
Look, I didn't think I needed to ask you to make a backup character for Ryuutama.
All right, so
How
Juniper.
Ace.
Well, we're gonna live. It's just the child that I'm very worried about.
very worried about this child. Yep.
Juniper, you're up.
Okay, I
At what
will.
level did you get Revivify again?
I will heft my axe and wade into the same one that's biting the kid and try to get him.
All right. Accuracy check.
Oh, thank goodness. I rolled well. Okay. So we got a 4 plus 5 is 9, minus 1 is 8.
Which is enough to successfully strike your target.
Hooray.
Damage check.
Striking things.
Striking things.
We got a 5 for damage.
A 5 for damage.
Nice. Not bad at all.
That is not bad at all.
Just let them be very weak. Please.
Again, like I said, I made up my own monster, so they'll have how many hit points I think they need.
This is true.
I did base them on something existing, but that was also when I still thought Waden would be here.
Right.
Yeah.
So, you're kind of down a fighting type. So we'll see how this goes. Fun. Happy fun times. Speaking of which, it's dinner's turn. So my
Do not
dinner.
chop off the leg. Do not.
No, they have a special ability which I stole from an existing monster.
It's called the
because
death roll.
Sounds really good. It kind of does.
No.
So
It's not a
wait.
death
First,
drop.
no. First, I have to try and get this damn kid out of a tree. Which would be great if I didn't roll 2 2s. So the kid remains in the tree.
Oh, good.
It's saved by my dice. And it's also not going to re-chomp. It's just going to keep yanking on him, so it doesn't do additional damage right now. It is bleeding, and it has the poison condition. So eventually, it's still going to bite it. For now, the kid's semi-stable. Like, the teeth are like a tourniquet.
In a way.
Filled with bacteria. So, sepsis is going to be a thing if it lives. But that's for tomorrow. Make it through this first. And the other 2 dinners are still incredibly distracted.
Wholesome, Anik. Wholesome.
Please keep it wholesome.
I'm trying, but a little bit of combat never hurt
Sepsis
anyone.
isn't wholesome.
You have a
opposite.
healer.
That is indeed. That might be very
Look,
wholesome.
I'm trying to make you heroes by saving a child. Now do your job. Lily.
Lily's
Okay.
turn.
I'm being like, because I'm a technical type, and it said specifically that technical types are supposed to come up with creative, like creative solutions and stuff.
Yes.
So I'm thinking about what's around. There's the broken remains of the ship, right?
Yes, lots of splintered wood and sharp, pointy ends.
Yeah, but
Very
because
near where the
Wasp-
dinner is wrestling around. It
Yeah,
looks like
the-
they charged the child while it was in that boat. It looks like a severed kayak.
Got it. Okay. That's not really gonna help me though, because wasps didn't get through that skin. So, you know what? I'm just gonna fire my bow at the dinner that's holding the child.
All right,
I'm angry.
accuracy check.
Okay. It was Dex and Int.
Yep. Now it depends on your weapon. So it says on your weapon.
2. Yeah, it's Dex and Int -2.
Yeah.
Because I'm not using a thing. Hey, that's good. Oh my god. That's 11.
Ooh.
And yeah.
That's good. So roll your damage.
Yeah, roll my damage, I guess. My damage is a Dex +0. So please. 4 damage.
Nice.
Not bad.
I will note down the 4 damage. It is looking hurt. Not
Lovely.
near death, but hurt.
Lovely.
All right.
That's it for me, I guess.
How near are the pretty poisonous flowers to the dinner?
I don't know, Lily, how close are they?
I think they're like on a nearby tree to the because I'm thinking this is like a circle of like different trees and such, you know?
Mhm.
So there's like it's like an open area. So there's different trees around, and I think it's on like a nearby tree to one of them, you know. But I think it's not only on that one, it's like on different trees in the whole circle,
It's
I think.
generally in the area.
Yeah.
Okay,
On
so
trees.
I had a thought. Feel free to shoot it down if it doesn't make any sense. But if there were a way to cut the flowers off, so either they fall into the dinner's mouth, or
Mhm.
to just try and cut off a section of them and feed them into the thing's mouth. Either one of them I would accept if
Okay.
those are possible.
I think the main problem is that the dinner's mouth is pretty closed. It's very much chomped onto the child's leg.
Okay, then Hana will do the reckless thing, which is she will just try,
Perfect.
and she has her cutting tool for gathering herbs in the morning. She's just going to try and like stick it and pry open the thing's mouth
All right.
off of the child. She knows she
That
could
is
heal the child afterwards because she has enough to
But-
work with that.
You'll have to move first then.
Well, I
No,
had
no,
already
she moved
into
last
the
time.
fray.
Oh, okay.
That's why I couldn't
Already-
do anything
I'm
last
sorry.
time. Oh, no,
already
no,
said
it's
she wanted to be closer to help the child. I think we're gonna make it an accuracy check anyway to see if you can like angle your tool in between the rows and rows of sharp teeth.
Yes, yes. So that would be once there is okay. So that is an accuracy check with dagger. I have a dex plus int +1.
Critical
Oh,
it's a crit.
success!
Oh my
Wow,
god.
Hannah, look at you go. Okay,
This
so
is by sheer luck.
mechanically, whatever you roll, if you want to do damage, will be doubled. And you can narrate yourself how it looks when Hannah's being awesome again, because you're doing really well on this trip.
Okay, so that's the 2d6 -1. So, and I rolled well on both of them, so that would have been 8 -1. So that's 7 damage with the cutting tool.
×2.
So,
No. I double
she
the
got the
dice
extra-
that I
yeah.
rolled.
Oh, okay.
that added into that. It would normally only be a 1d6 -1,
That makes sense.
but
so you very nearly kill this dinner. It's on its last 6 legs. What does it look like when you very nearly kill this poor little dinner?
I think
Just trying to live his life.
I think she even though mechanically it's near the end of its life, I think in her head she's not trying to kill it, but she's also knowing that like it's one of those like drop it kind of moments. So she's kind of like it's Crocodile Dundee style. She's like kind of on top of it and like just trying to pry open the thing's mouth. And she's not I imagine she's not successfully opening.
No, I think you are. I mean,
I am?
with a critical success, I think you are.
Okay, and she's like, drop it.
So the leg is freed from this mouth. It starts
And
bleeding.
start spraying from the femoral artery. Yes, thank you.
No. It was a vein, not an artery, or the child might have already died. So there's a lot of blood, but it's like seeping, not squirting. There's no arterial spray.
Oh, good.
Well, as long as they're still alive. And,
It sounds real Ryuutama, you know. There's no arterial spray.
Lana, there's both a black and a red Ryujin that does far worse to people. Again, imagine what this child is going to tell once they go back to school about the heroes who saved them. There was blood everywhere. You should have seen it. Anywho.
I assume I have gained its attention at this point.
Certainly. It is very aware of you. The other two dinners are also quite aware of you now that you're on top of their buddy.
Fair.
I'm aware that this was the reckless course of action.
That's fine. It was a good course of action, probably. Fern!
Yes.
There is an old lady on top of a dinner, a bleeding child, and two dinners who are fighting over what seems to be a stuffed bumblebee, who have stopped fighting over said stuffed bumblebee and are focused on you.
I will look the other dinners in the eyes and look at them and make sure they are seeing how much I am bonking their buddy on the head.
All right, bonk him on the head.
7, so I bonk.
I'm pretty sure meets beats in Ryuutama as well. Earlier damage.
I bonk for 3.
It had 3 hit points left. What does it look like when you bonk a dinner to death?
Well, I keep my eyes on the other dinners because I know that, you know, herding sheep and taking care of wolves, it's intimidation more than strength. Yep. So I just keep my eyes on them and go like, you're watching this? Okay, I can do this to you too. Bonk!
Absolutely perfect. The dinner Hannah was sitting on gets little X's in his eyes and sort of rolls onto his back and sort of starts floating, as they do the second they die, apparently. And the 2 remaining dinners who were struggling over this lovely, lovely stuffed bumblebee take another look at you, how you barely even blinked as you did this, and just sort of decide this is a good time to paddle away.
And stay out!
Yes. So in the tree, you hear sobbing. And you see a little child trying to scramble down to get her bumblebee.
Can I use my hook?
Bleeding profusely. To get the bumblebee? Yes,
yeah,
I think you'll manage.
Okay, and after that, I want to hook the dinner I just killed because they're delicious.
Perfect. You hook the dinner you just killed. So mechanically, I can already tell you, the skin of a dinner is worth 300 gold pieces if you harvest it successfully.
I have
find
trapping.
Someone to do it, or
I can, my class skill is trapping. I can do that.
And you get 3 foods out of 1 dinner.
Okay.
Provided you don't eat the questionable organs.
I have food, and I have to roll Dex and Intelligence, yes, to see if I harvest it.
You do.
Can Lily help with that?
8.
She can. Lily can still assist if you want. She probably should.
I have an 8.
I know.
Okay. Hey, I think I need to cut it here. Can you check for me?
I go. Yeah, I think you're right. Just a little, just like tilt it a little more. Just the knife, tilt it a little more.
I don't have a knife. I just have an axe.
See, that might be your problem.
Axe
My
is like a
skimming
blade on a
axe.
stick.
Oh, it's decent. It's
It's a
decent to
blade
death.
on a stick.
Please. Let's see. Oh no. I have a 5, so that doesn't really do
It
anything.
is. 5 is the correct number for assisting someone.
That's
so
amazing.
that's an 8 plus 1 then?
So that
That
would be
makes it a
9.
9,
Is
which
that
means
enough?
you actually get the full 300 GP worth of skin off of this dinner. Otherwise, you would have had
Yes.
like some damaged bits and it would have been a little less. But you managed quite well for someone using an axe.
No, but it's a knife on a stick. It's useful.
Meanwhile, the kid is reaching for their bumblebee, going, "No, Reginald gave it to me. I need him."
Mhm.
Oh, well, I can fix it.
Speaking of, by the way, that we're talking stuffed bumblebee. We're talking like one of those ones that children can use as like pillows.
Oh.
I will walk away with the dinner skin. I can fix it. Really.
I think I want to like go over. So is the bumblebee like pretty wrecked?
It's kind of wrecked and it's also really gross.
Yeah.
And
You
I
can tell
can-
it's been repaired before.
Mm-hmm.
And it has a little collar that has before it got wrecked had little names stitched into the collar.
Just get the kid back to the tent. I'll take care of the thing.
It's I got it. I like I carefully pick up the bumblebee and I go over to the child and I say, "Hey, are you all right?"
As soon as you ask this, it's considering the pitch of the voice, even when she's not panicking, it's probably a girl or a very vocal, highly vocal boy. She goes, as soon as she stops focusing on the bumblebee and gets a look at her leg, you know how you have that delayed reaction where they're like, "Oh, my leg!" and they freak out.
I say, "Oh no, it's okay. Hannah,
Did I bleed on the
Hannah,
bumblebee? I
Hannah.
promised my mom I'd get the bee home clean. I wasn't even supposed to take her out of the house."
It's fine.
You see Hana like goes to like one of the bottles she has in her belt and she just starts hitting the glass, tapping the glass on the side very lightly just to like make sort of like a higher pitched ringing noise just to get the kid's attention. So, hey.
She's back to focusing on the bumblebee. Reginald gave it to me and I said I had to keep it while he was away doing stuff for the queen, and I he'd give it back to him when he came home, but he's still not home, so I have to keep it.
Hey, wait, we're gonna take care of it. Don't worry. Hey, do you want your leg to feel a little bit better? Okay, hold on. Just give me a second. And I still have actually 2 herbs with the herb bottle because I gave up the bottle, but I didn't give up the previous herb.
She just wanted the glassware.
Yeah. So with that being the case, she is going to use. Yeah, even though the kid is not very hurt, I'm gonna go through this because she'll do it.
50% of her hit points.
No. Like numerically she isn't, but like mechanically and narratively, like kid is hurt. She's going to heal it. So roll.
Like first level commoner, you can die if you trip over the doorway.
Pretty much. So it's not very high. I kind of but target
enough to put her back on full.
Yeah. I kind of imagine it as like she with the low roll narratively, it's her just like trying to get the kid to calm down the whole time because it probably. But you see her; she's pulling out.
She's not quite holding still for you. Still grabbing for the bumblebee and just squirmy and saying, "Oh, it stings!" and trying to wiggle away a little.
I know. It's fine. Don't worry. And you watch as there's just this little, like, it looks kind of like mush of like berries, bits of vine, and almost like little bits of fabric and sewing. sewn fabric. It's like a little pouch that when she presses it up to where the teeth marks have gone, and it's like little, for a moment, like little bright yellow, red, and blue, like faint energy comes out, and it's like you suddenly smell little bits of lavender, and then the wound's patched up. It's like very pleasant smell. Hey, how are you feeling? Is this any better?
Sure. The lady said she could fix the bee.
I can fix it. Bring her over.
I can wash it. It's okay.
It'll be fine.
Not that dirty.
But don't you want your mom to be extra happy that it's super clean?
Give me the bumblebee. I'm gonna just put on my. I've just had.
So we're gonna assume you're back at camp.
Yeah.
Fern carried the dinner
yes.
skin, the bumblebee.
I dropped it off at Juniper. This is probably worth shit. Here.
Oh, yep. Okay, this seems. Oh boy, this is just.
So Juniper, this is the kind of stuff people make bags and shoes from. And yeah, like I said, worth about 300 gold pieces if you find the correct buyer.
Seems good. I'll just. I'm gonna fit this on the wagon.
That is the thing. It's also a either find a buyer quickly or find a way to cure dinner leather.
Right.
Because it's gonna get nasty.
It's gonna get bad.
It's gonna get bad.
I just had canon that Fern is like the puppet doctor in her village, so she'll get all medical and just let me see the patient and
this little girl is like, you know how you have those pictures of kids watching their teddy bears get sewn back together, like she's just sitting there like holding.
Yeah, okay.
No, the wing has to be higher.
I know. Just wait a minute. Clover, darling. I'm sorry. We're gonna take some fur off of Clover.
Oh, poor Clover getting shorn in the swamp.
We need some stuffing. Here, pet her.
And while Fern's focusing on that, Hana will also be like trying to talk with her and say, "What's your name?"
Raya.
It's a lovely name. Are you feeling okay?
Mommy's gonna be really mad at me.
Mom, I think Mommy will be happy. You're just fine.
No, I wasn't supposed to take out the kayak.
Accidents happen.
I just didn't want to do my chores. I wanted to be outside.
There were some names here. Which ones are supposed to be on here?
Well, the big one's Reginald.
Mm-hmm.
And then next to Reginald, there was Dara, I think. I don't know how you write it. I'm not good at writing.
That's fine, darling. I have a swatch book of yarns. What color should I make the names in?
Reginald's green. Also green. One of them was called Nan, and she was blue.
Yeah.
And Henry, he's like a brownish red.
Yeah, which one? I have like 4 of those. Pick one.
They all look the same.
I'm not getting into that. Okay. Okay. I'll embroider the names back.
Very nice.
Is Clover angry with me or is she okay with me?
No, Clover's pretty cool. She's like, take more fur, I'm so warm. Clover would be perfectly happy being shorn down to her skin at this particular point in time. Just, just for the breeze, just, summer cut.
She's only little.
Would I be able to tell if she's still like sick, like poisoned mechanically?
Her leg, like where you healed the wound, the leg looks okay, but it's really warm and red and swollen. So
many wasp bites and shit.
There are also numerous wasp bites still on her, like down her arm and stuff.
I think I will burn for my 1 use per day, I'll try and apply first aid as well.
Anik, I have to roll for my repair.
You do. I
Yeah,
also
can
think
we-
you have to pay for your repair.
I do not. Doesn't say so. Also, this is actually mechanically all stuff I have. So.
Materials, 10% the gold cost.
Yeah, but these are materials I brought with me, like
Alright,
especially. Yeah.
That's fine. I will count the goat fur as appropriate.
I don't know if I reach the target with a 3, and you didn't assume I would.
She's not. No.
That's rough.
Like you,
Is there any way to get a reroll in this game?
fumble points, but you haven't fumbled.
I have a fumble point.
Yeah.
But sorry, that's a +1 on a reroll.
Yeah, and I'm assuming
Don't we have a group fumble point from like a different episode left over?
I think we
Those
did.
reset every session.
Oh, those
Yeah, that's what I figured.
reset. Good to know.
Guys,
Dang.
I'm fucking up this kid's bumblebee.
You're fucking up the bumblebee?
And
How-
this is
how
my
badly are you
profession.
fucking this up?
Badly, I rolled 2 1s on the 8s.
Oh,
that
no!
is-
Oh,
Oh, that is an actual fumble. You're making it worse.
I think Clover is starting to eat the bumblebee.
Oh no!
No, I'm sorry. I cannot let this happen. I cannot let this happen.
No, this is
Use your
wrong.
Ryujin magic. Save us.
I am using my Ryujin magic for this. I was saving it to save you in combat, but no, you are
This
not
is-
messing up this
no,
bumblebee.
It's my profession. I can do this.
I will say that Hannah, if you by the time you deliver this girl to her parents, you may want to point out that her leg will probably need attention from a healer tomorrow
Yeah.
as well. You cannot
Yeah.
fix this right now with what you have.
yeah, that's what I figured.
Meanwhile, Fern, you're like attaching a wing where the leg is supposed to go. Clover wiggled out of this little girl's arms and is starting to eat the other wing. And you're like, you're 3Ding it very, very wrong. You're basically Rubik's cubing this bumblebee. It's gonna be a Picasso when you're done. But you hear something rustling nearby. And you see it shouldn't be here. It doesn't live here. You see a little white hedgehog coming out of the underbrush. And it just sort of scampers a little closer to you. And it just sort of sits on your lap. And you feel really centered. And if you close your eyes for just a second, you have the feeling you're back in your own workshop with your own tools. Doing what you always do. You fix everybody's stuffed animals. You are the toy doctor from your village. You're Fern. You're good at what you do. And you take a really deep breath. And without opening your eyes, you keep sewing. And you hear this little voice in your head going, your story was going so well. This shouldn't mar your chapter. This needs to have a happy end. And as you open your eyes, you have a perfectly repaired bumblebee that's actually cleaner than when you started. And I'm going to mark off some of my Ryujin points. Don't kill me, guys. I only have 5 of these.
Fine.
But this would have been so bad.
It would have been so sad.
No.
But the Ryujin one's a happy end.
Hey,
what we do.
we
And
had
there's-
we
you
had an old
see-
lady crit in a combat. I think we can give up a
true.
little bit of Ryujin points just for
I'm-
this.
It's true. I was saving the Ryujin points to take down the dinner if you didn't. But the rest of you also see this little white hedgehog. It's like a little albino hedgehog just sitting with Fern. And Fern has this very serene aura as she suddenly seems to know how to put this little bumblebee back together.
Big bumblebee.
Yeah, it's a really big bumblebee.
So when I open my eyes, the Clover is actually more naked.
There is a fair amount of Clover hair in the bumblebee. Yeah, it's a big fat bumblebee. So yeah, Clover's getting naked. And this little hedgehog is just sitting there with his little wet wiggly nose. Just okay. think that's
Interesting.
a happier ending.
Mhm.
Just sort of waddles off again.
Nice.
Interesting. Oh, did we lose Hannah?
We did lose Hannah.
Oof. Oh. There she is
Using
again.
my light.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's
Don't worry,
probably
everybody.
there.
My camera decided to throw a fit only at the last section of our journey together.
Oh no. It did
Actually,
throw around the cameras.
I did
it's
ask
fine.
if people were okay running a little late because I would like to move on a little further and see if you can deliver this kid to her home, which
Mhm.
also
That's exactly
happens
what I
to
was
be
gonna do.
kind of where Lily is going.
I didn't know, but okay. But I do want to turn to this child and I want to look at them and I say, so you're talking about like Reginald, and you also said he was doing something for the queen. I don't mean to pry, of course, and if you don't want to share, I mean that's totally okay, but sharing is caring, as they say.
Reginald had to go away for the queen to deal with the other kingdom that was being mean. So Lily, at this point, you're starting to get the feeling that they're talking about a different queen than your queen.
Interesting. Okay. And so I say, that sounds very adventurous. And I hope he comes back. Just know that he's doing a good job out there.
He left with a really nice group of people, and he's the best knight ever. So
I'm
if
sure
anyone
he is.
can fix it, Reginald can. And she
He
sort of
sure
half
can.
hits Fern in the face as she gestures. He's the best.
He sure is the best. I don't know him quite yet, but I think I would love to, actually. He sounds like a cool guy.
He is.
Exactly. Now, here's your bumblebee, right, Fern? It's ready, right? The bumblebee.
You're muted.
Oh.
Fern, you're muted.
I don't think I'm the one who gets to say if it's good or not in the show to the kid.
And Brian goes, she's perfect. And like she struggles, like she can't put her arms all the way around the bumblebee unless she squeezes really hard. And she just prepares her. She smells like a goat now. This is perfect. And just
Baby goats.
Oh, so this is a really small child. Okay, awesome. I love this. I say,
you get the feeling she's older than she looks, but just super scrawny. It's like only limbs.
I don't like that, but okay. So I say to her, you remind me a lot of one of my own kids. She's goofy, just like you. Would you like to go?
Your kids break the kayak? Do you get mad when your kids break the kayak? Because
well,
I wasn't supposed to take it because it's not really mine, but it's nicer than mine.
Yeah, so I would get just a little mad, but also I would understand that kids want to go out on adventures and do cool things. So I think your mom shouldn't be mad. And so we are going to convince her that she shouldn't be mad. I'm going to take you home, little person.
Can you convince her I don't have to do chores ever?
Well, I don't.
I nearly got eaten. Then you can't do chores.
Well, here's the thing. Your mom is a very hardworking mom and she needs help. So you should make her life a little easier. So you should do some chores.
Maybe.
Maybe, just maybe.
Well, it's your house too, right?
I don't care about the house. It's the feeding. Oh, there's so much work. They're so big. They never stop eating.
And
who never stop eating?
in the meantime, I've taken this little child
Animals.
by the
What
by the
kind of
hand.
animals? I love animals. I have goat and sheep. And
Bigger.
some bunny. Oh,
Bigger.
Are they horses?
No, they're in the water. Are we going now? I want breakfast.
Are,
Yeah,
are
I've-
they like the dinner logs that attack
No,
you?
they don't have legs.
Fish.
It's okay.
No, they eat salad.
Interesting. We will have to learn more about these creatures when we get to your home. And so I
Yay!
say I like put out my hand for this kid to take my hand.
She'll take your hand and sort of like half swing off of it.
Awesome.
And she's trying to keep the bumblebee in one arm, but it's too big for her, so it's sort of half dragging. Which is probably
Oh,
part of
God.
the reason it was disgusting.
Just.
I say if you want me to carry your bumblebee,
No!
so don't forget, okay, that's fine. I've learned to not argue with children. And so I just take her by the head and I just start I ask her, so which way is your house? Where do we go?
Up the river to the north, to the farm.
I think I've been commandeering the workers to help me load the dinner
I
skin
assumed
into
as
the
much.
cart without crushing any of the paperwork. So I'm
So
like, all
basically
right, you
what
heard
you've
the
been
girl.
doing is you've unloaded the entire cart, put the dinner skin underneath everything, and then loaded the entire cart back up again.
Isn't that gonna smell?
Yep, it's a project. It'll be fine. We'll sell it soon, I bet.
Oof.
All right.
That or hope. I think we're leaning towards hope.
Yeah.
Can we? I still won't make you make a travel check until you're away from your guides. I still need condition checks. Don't forget your +1 from delicious food.
Lovely. Condition checks.
I forget what's the condition check again.
Strength and spirit.
Strength and spirit. It doesn't feature
Oh, no.
intelligence. How happy are you?
Yay.
Yay!
I'm very
Wow,
sad
I
about
rolled
that.
very well. I'm
was-
having like great grandma, like great like old lady day today. I rolled a 12.
It is old lady day today.
It was Dex and Spirit,
Thank-
right?
No.
I rolled a
Mm,
10.
You said strength and spirit. Well, that's the same for me anyway.
Is it Strength or Dex and Spirit?
So
Strength.
condition is strength.
Condition is strength and spirit.
Strength, spirit.
Got it. Strength, Spirit. That's
Strength, spirit.
I rolled a 9.
oh god.
You have a you're fine.
Oh.
Well,
9.
yeah, you're okay-ish.
Mm.
Oh no. That sucks.
Am I hearing
Oh,
a fumble?
yeah. Well, no,
Ah.
that not that. It's a 5. I am going to use one of these. This is my token. It's a battery.
You're using empty batteries as your token.
Yep. Yep.
Anik, will a token get me from meh to okay?
Yes, actually, we'll get you exactly on the success.
I
Because
will
the
put
target-
it away.
The target in this particular swamp is 10.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Alex.
It's
Couldn't
10.
have done it without
Oh my
you.
god.
This
Good,
is
good.
not a friendly environment at all.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
fair.
So for me in total, it's a 6. I'm doing
Okay, so
very
you're
bad.
not feeling too hot today.
Nope.
Or you are actually feeling too hot today. That's also entirely valid.
Yeah. Plus, I have
so-
a kid to take care of.
Who got 10 or higher?
I did.
Thank you for Animal Crossing. Can I have beer?
Yes.
I'm sorry, my husband walked into the room for those of you who hadn't guessed yet. So, those of you with a 10 or higher, pick a dice to increase. Alex, you're a robot again. Oh, Alex is frozen.
Hmm,
No.
that's fine.
Yeah, my internet connection's a bit unstable.
In the distance, you hear the baying of hounds, which are
Hey.
not all my dogs backing out of the bedroom window.
We have you back, Alex.
Thank you. Yay. Okay.
Yeah.
So I have upped my ints to a 10 for the day.
Nice.
I've upped my int from a 6 to an 8 for today.
Oh dang! So I'm the only one who's
Well,
not
Waden needs to
super
roll
high.
when he gets back.
True.
Who knows what happens to him?
Uh-huh.
We're gonna have like a separate session called Waden's Day Out.
Oh my
That would be
god.
cute.
That's actually amazing. I like that.
Oh crap, I wasn't gonna walk anywhere Avatar jokes.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm
It's
sorry.
fine. It's fine.
All right, so you make it up the river. Some of you.
Wholesome. You just made me think of sad things.
Oh my
when you
god,
said
that episode is so sad. Anywho, you
Oh.
make it up the river happily barging along. Happiness is mandatory.
Wholesome, happy.
You're barging along and you're happy about it. Let me change the music to something happier now that we're out of combat and crying children's range.
Yes, please.
There, happiness.
There we
I
go.
don't even have the music on because I can't concentrate, but it's fine. Okay,
mean, that's
so
the
we're
choice.
making it. We were making it up the river.
You
Still
are
have
making
the
it
child
forever.
hand in hand.
Yep. Well,
It-
one
or-
hand.
Okay. Are they? Is she? It's okay. I'm gonna ask the child. So, do you?
Her name's Briya.
Her name is Briya. Briya, do you So, do you prefer me calling you a she or a he or maybe something more in between?
I prefer it when people don't call me anything at all because I'm not around people and I'm up in a tree somewhere. If you have to call me, you can call me Brian.
Okay. So not she or he or anything.
I don't care. It's always when people call me, they want me to do something.
Okay. Jeez, gosh. Didn't know you were gonna get angry.
I'm not angry, just lazy. That's what my mom says.
Okay.
The
So-
truest of gender identities is gender ambiguity through laziness.
I mean, I could think about what gender I
My-
am, but kind of
I don't care. Just say people.
Yeah.
Just leave me
Um,
alone. That's all I want. Yeah.
So I look at them and I say, so how far is it to your house? Like, are we almost there?
I mean, sure, it's a few more hours if you were with a kayak. I don't know how fast your barge goes. They're not working very hard, are they? I've seen
Well-
barges go twice as fast as this one.
Well, we also have a big cart, you know.
What is that thing? It smells funny, and it's pointing at both Sven and the dead alligators, dead dinner skin.
This is Sven. He's a mountain elk. That's why he's having some trouble with the
He
with the
looks
swamp.
wet.
Yeah, he is wet. I don't really know what to do about that.
That is also not a euphemism.
I could put a candy ice cube on him, but then he'd be all sticky, and then bugs would eat him more, and that I don't think that would help either, really.
The lady shaved your goat. Maybe you should shave your elk.
But then if his
Shave
fur
the
doesn't
goat
grow
for
as
your
fast.
Pray this party never meets a beaver, guys.
Not a euphemism.
Well,
I don't want him to be sad if we go someplace cold after this, though, is the only thing. Then he'd be
are
all
you going
shaved.
someplace cold? Reginald was going someplace cold.
Oh, really?
He might be.
Where was he going?
Norther, like really far up a mountain.
Oh, I'm from up north in Crystal Chime.
I've never heard of it, but it sounds pretty.
It is very pretty.
Can I come with you when you go there?
Well,
I
we'll
have to
have
do
to ask your
chores there?
mom. Not a lot of chores.
What kind of chores do you have to shave your elk?
No.
Our-
If anything, you have to, fluff his fur up and make sure that he's nice and furry. The opposite.
Can I pet him?
Yes. He's very friendly. And I lead her over.
She does the thing where children have no concept of what kind of animal it is and how you're supposed to touch it and just sort of mashes Sven's face.
That's fair.
So cute. So cute.
Here, you can give him a little. I get her out a little carrot or something to feed him.
She does the thing where you don't know you're supposed to use your flat hand and just sort of sticks half her hand in Sven's mouth.
Oh yeah, no, you need to go just like this. Just let him take it with his little lips. He's very gentle.
Yeah. I mean, this is only the second time she's almost being eaten in one day. What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah.
All right. So, does anyone else need to have a thing happening on this barge, or shall we move towards the barn?
One quick mechanics thing. Did we all
Yeah.
have to roll a camp check when we were sleeping? Because I don't know if we did.
No, we did that.
Yeah, we did.
No,
okay.
the
Or
camping
one
check is
check.
the camping check is a group check,
Oh wait, it's one person. Right. It's one
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
and you had someone help you, and there was an alarm spell, and it was enough for a quiet night.
Gotcha.
So you're
Ah.
fine.
Lovely.
All right. So I'm going to put a picture in Discord to show you the basic scene you pedal up on. I'll also post this in the regular Ryuutama channel once this is done. So you see two people with giant floating plates full of salad and fruit
Whoa.
feeding ginormous water mammals.
Wat de?
That's
That's
amazing.
That's so cool.
Zeekoeien, wat zijn het?
Manatees, basically, but the Ryuutama version of manatees.
They're so
Sure.
fat.
They float amazingly well.
I love them.
So you see these,
Are these the things that guys thought were mermaids?
yes,
Nice.
that is what guys thought were mermaids back in the days. And you can see them just shoveling entire heads of slaw just into the mouths, just slowly being chomped, and then the next head of cabbage just goes in. And the little child with it goes, see, feeding them takes forever, and I'm supposed to feed 2 of them every day.
Fern will squee.
I say to the child, but isn't that super fun? Like, those are super big animals. They're so cool.
Oh, but they're so slow, and you cannot teach them tricks at all.
I mean, the best things come with patience, right? Is that how that saying goes? I don't think it does.
They barely even roll over.
Well, I don't think they're supposed to, but okay. I could see how you could find this boring. After looking at them and like seeing how slow it goes, I'm like,
Yeah, it takes like a minute
Yeah.
for a slaw to be eaten, and then the next one is just at the same speed. And you can see there's like a cart behind those people still waiting to be fed to these things.
I look at it and I
and-
say, yeah, I see how you could find this boring. I'm so sorry, child.
Thank you.
I think they're cute.
And you see there's a woman and a man there. You see the woman looking over. And when she looks towards the barge and sees Brian just sort of goes behind Sven a little.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to talk to this mom, huh?
Mhm,
Smooth things over.
that's fine.
I can
Just-
I could do that. I can
I say,
know,
are you sure?
say this convincingly. Yeah, I think that works.
Are you sure?
Let me
I
actually.
could also do
what
this
is
if
the-
you'd like.
There's got to be some sort of a. Boy, there sure isn't a common check for. Is this negotiation?
That's what
I
I
was
was
Negotiate
about to
with the
say,
mom?
I think that is our best option, because we don't have like a regular persuasion. So,
Right.
I mean, it says getting information from enemies. Let's go with negotiation.
All right. Cool.
She may become our enemy in just a moment,
We'll
depending
find
on how
out,
badly
yeah.
we saved your child.
Oh
Yeah.
no. Well, first, if she
you
looks
hear her call
over-
out, Brian? Briar, what are you doing on that pond? Get off that barge. And Briar goes, oh no.
It's fine. It's just your mom.
Yep, everything's fine. Hi there, ma'am. It's so lovely to meet you. My name's Juniper. We are some folks out traveling on our journey, and we just ran into your little Raya here, who had a very adventurous morning. And let's roll my check and see how this. It's a critical success.
Oh,
Yay!
Oh my god. Good job there.
Juniper,
yeah.
Juniper.
Juniper. That's just impressive. So you see the mom's face go from like thunderstorm to worried and going, oh my, Raya was in trouble? Oh, is she okay?
She is totally okay. My lovely friend Hana here is an amazing healer. Not that that is important for you to know. It was great. We had an adventure.
Healer? She was injured?
She
Oh,
got
my
a little
baby.
bit. Yeah, there were some wasps were involved, and
just
killed
unfortunately,
the dinner.
we need a new kayak. Also, unrelatedly, we have this dinner skin here. But I think I'm doing this in kind of like a really fast patter. So like I'm just sort of
Yeah,
slipping in little details about what's going on.
You're just overwhelming her a little bit, and she barely heard the word kayak. She just heard that her little child got healed and saved and rescued, and it's fine.
Yep.
And she
Everything's
picks her and
fine.
goes, "Oh, I'm just so happy she's here. Oh, she even managed to keep hold of that damn bee."
She isn't like Hana will sort of walk up much.
It smells like
little bit
goat.
we have
That's Clover. She donated a bit for the bumblebee.
Are you gonna shave your plushie for next time, Lana?
No, it'll grow back.
I think
I love her.
Hana will walk up and she'll just explain, we have a very talented crocheter here who helped fix the bumblebee, and she'll like walk over to her and she'll like try and like gently lead Briar over, because I imagine Briar is still trying to do the hiding kind of thing.
Yeah, Briar's behind you and behind the bumblebee. It's like a bumblebee with two little legs.
So is she like this essentially behind me? Because the
Basically,
bumblebee
yeah,
is so
basically.
big? Yeah,
Something
so
like that.
she
You can
will-
see two little legs and a bumblebee with two little hands.
Yeah, I think she'll
Cute.
to make it brief, she'll just go, she did get hurt while she was out and about, but she's okay for right now. I would suggest taking care of this as soon as you can. She might have run afoul of some things out in nature, and she might be feeling quite sick. She'll explain mechanically poisoned and all of that.
Poisoned.
Yeah.
I'll
But
take her to her grandmother. She has herbs for everything.
Oh, she's an
What
herbalist.
was this about a kayak?
Oh, it was unfortunate. It seems as though she was out just trying to, I think maybe even out for a walk or things of that sort. And the kayak that I think she took out got a bit damaged. It was a little difficult.
Oh well, we'll make another one, I suppose. Raya, you're supposed to feed the animals, not go out after. Look, just get in the house.
Well, technically, she was feeding an animal, but we stopped that.
Fern, I do not think
Hmm?
that's
What?
not
Oh.
Raya,
not really-
Oh,
Raya,
did I-
get in the house.
Don't be mad at her. She had enough punishment, I think.
But Raya just scampers into the house. And it was
I just come closer to the woman and I say, a very insightful lady told me once that shouldn't be worried about everything. And that sometimes letting things go is super okay. So I think your child is fine. We got her out of some trouble. She's a really nice kid. I really like her. I'm sorry. I really talked a lot to her. She's really cool.
I just don't think she's meant to live on this farm. Maybe I should send her to Scarlet Pond next year.
Maybe you should. I think she's very adventurous. I think she just wants to explore and all that stuff.
You're right.
Yeah.
I think that one's going to go on her journey very early.
Mm-hmm.
He
Yes.
tried to go this morning.
I mean, maybe a little more prepared next time.
Mm.
You can see on her face that she's like, oh yeah. Yeah, that sounds like her.
I'm unsurprised my child almost got eaten by a crocodile substitute.
I mean, considering the state of the child, it looks like that might not be an entirely unusual event. You get the feeling it's semi-feral. She's semi-feral. They're semi-feral. Who knows? Just don't call her. She needs to be on her own.
Yeah, don't call her.
Don't call her. She'll call you.
Yep. So what am I imagining? Is this just like a house? Just one house? Or are there more houses?
It is. You see, if you're away from the riverbank a little more, there's a smallish house that looks like the family lives in it. And then there's a number of like sheds over. I don't know the English word. What's an inham in English, my fellow Dutchies?
An inham?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like when you have the river and then part of the river sort of goes a little bit inland.
Is that not a fjord?
An inlet?
Brook?
No, because it's tops there.
Side.
We understand what you mean.
Yeah.
That's nice. So basically, they clearly farm these giant floating animals. So they have little covers for them to sleep under at night if they want to be like darker and deeper. And then there is somehow they've managed to create a field where they grow cabbages and slaw and just vegetable matter that is just being stuffed into these animals at an amazing rate.
Is there anywhere to get breakfast around here?
Yeah, if we're not imposing, do those things give like milk, or what are you raising them for? Can you eat these?
Eventually you can eat these, and the rest of the times we just sort of sit on them and go places.
Okay.
They're water horses.
They're water horses, very big water horses. So we can have some breakfast. It's mainly vegetarian, I'm afraid.
That's fine. I just, clubbering dinners, it makes me hungry.
No, we don't have any dinner today.
No,
again,
but I killed the dinner. We do have some dinner, actually, if you want to fry that up.
Oh yeah, good point. We can just.
I could toss it in a pan.
Yeah, it tried to eat your daughter, so let's eat it.
It's only fair.
It's actually entirely valid. Yeah.
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 I look at this mom, I say, please fry it up for me. I cannot eat I cannot eat meat. Please.
She takes the pieces of dinner of you and just sort of goes, today I'm making bacon.
Amazing.
I love how I am a vegetarian and Lily is just like, give me all that meat.
Give me that meat.
I mean, these farmers are basically vegetarians because it's convenient, but if you hand them meat to fry, they're going to, yep.
Heck yeah. I also say, please make sure Bria's eating breakfast. She said she didn't have breakfast yet, and I think that's not cool.
She snuck out before breakfast. I'm sure she'll find something on her own. Do any of you, and I mean this in the kindest way, need to wash?
Well, if you have a bucket and a cloth somewhere, I'd like to use it. Yeah.
We have a bathroom, like with a bath to sit in.
Ooh, so you're fancy. Nice.
No, we just get dirty a lot.
So there's a big river, like going by their house, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think. There's manatees being fed right now.
Yes.
Manatee.
Manatee. Numerous.
So is this river, is it like kind of dirty or is it very clear?
No, it's very clean. And when she says we have a bathroom, she gestures towards one of the covers over one of like the little water inlets. So the bathroom is basically like a fenced off piece of river.
That's
Got it.
awesome. I'm jumping in there.
Yeah. I say, Fern, you go in there. And
It's
just
like
look at,
if the river flows southward. So what they've done is made sure that the bathing area is south of where the manatees are fed. So any soap residue and stuff is not near their animals.
Mhm.
So you
So-
are washing in manatee water, but it's still pretty clean.
exactly.
It's
So
completely
See
I,
there?
I just
cleaner than
look-
you are.
Sven! Sven, come with me. Can I take Sven? He is very itchy.
Sven's in between
Oh.
4 manatees eating slaw
Okay.
and chilling. Sven hasn't been this
Fair
chill
enough.
since this trip started.
Nice.
Amazing.
He feels a connection with these water horses.
Yeah.
He does, and he's like like they have these areas where they can just sort of half float. They're like near some of the mangrove trees and just sort of hook a hoof around one of the roots, and it's just like, yeah.
Nice.
No, then I'll take
I,
Clover.
I
That's
just
good.
look towards the mother and I say, if you go ahead and make dinner,
Breakfast.
I'm gonna wash myself. Breakfast, whatever.
I'll make dinner for breakfast.
Thank you. And so I'll just turn around and I'll just wade into the water. I'll like take my backpack off. I take a piece of soap that I have and like a brush or whatever, and I just wade into the water and I start washing my clothes while it's on me. And then
Yep.
then
Very practical.
Yeah,
Can
and
I,
then
can I
yeah.
use the bathroom that they offered us instead of just going straight in the river?
Yeah, no, because the bathroom is, like I said, a little covered area of the river, so it's still running water, so you don't have to constantly refresh it. But it has, it's very clever. They're using like very tightly woven reed to like filter the water before it gets into the area.
Oh,
Interesting.
perfect.
Yeah, I didn't care. So
And it has a few more privacy options for those who require those.
Mhm.
You see Briya splashing around somewhere halfway down the stream in between 2 manatees. Her mom going, "You almost get at, and now you're going to get crushed. Come eat your breakfast."
That sounds like a perfect last scene to end on. Small
That
child.
does sound like a good one to end on. There's this little kid in between the manatees who would, in fact, easily crush her. Also, we ran a little late because we did
Yes.
the entire first half without audio, and we had to do a lot of recapping and stuff.
That's
so
fine.
I think we're calling it for tonight.
Heck yeah.
And we will continue on next week when we are hopefully complete again as well.
Yay.
I am going to make you wait a little longer because of all the issues we didn't do Patreons. And I need to shout those people out because they are what keep us running when we are running. So thank you to Donald G, Nerdy T, Michelle E. I get why, but it still sounds a little bit like I'm listing criminals when I leave off their last names and only do initials like this. Andy
But
T,
they're not.
Abigator, and Anino. They are definitely not. They are generous and they are wonderful and we love them
Yes.
for many reasons, not just for their money. That would be bad. All right, let's say goodbye. Let's go clockwise again. Lily/Inez.
Hello, it's me, your bestest friend, Inez. I really appreciate you watching, and I really appreciate you bearing with us with this first half that didn't have any audio, but it's fine. I think I feel a little weird plugging my stuff with everything that's happening in the world. So I want you to know that Black Lives Matter, and I want you to know that protesting is super cool, and I think they're doing a super great job out there, and I really love my friends, and I really hope that everything will be over real soon. Donate to the Bill Fund, donate to the Minneapolis Fund, donate and like sign petitions and all that. Like if you're not able to go protest or whatever, the best thing you can do is sign petitions and donate. Please do so. We really need your help. We really need to end all this police brutality and all that stuff. We need to stop it. So that's all for me. I love you and have a great day.
Thank you. Alana.
Well, what she said. Also, if you're not from the United States, don't think like, oh, this is not a problem where I live, because it's a problem everywhere. Also, if you are out protesting in places where things are getting heated, don't wear contacts, wash your hands, wear a mask.
Thank you. Alex.
Hi there, I'm Alex. I will plug a thing because if you enjoyed today's episode, you should definitely check out on Wednesday the Unnatural Disasters Monster of the Week game, which will be a great way of supporting diverse players because it is an all BIMPOC game, which is really fun. Rue, who was with us in the chat, is in that game, and we have a lot of fun with our found family monster investigators. So check out, yes, our hashtag disaster
Hashtag
party.
disaster party.
You can see our silly internet content about that too, which is a lot of fun. So
right.
check that out if you are around Wednesday evenings.
All right. Thank you very much. So reminders, we have a Discord, we have a Patreon, and we have merch. I honestly don't know what's coming up next because Michael always told me, and he is currently not here. I do know that our new to the party successors ended their previous season, so I don't know what's happening there either. But Twitter does, in case you need more things to keep your mind off of the fact that the world is on fire. I will echo everyone's sentiments, and I will tell you Black Lives Matter. Oh, sorry, I was reminded that there are side quests tonight, and they are no longer doing Star Wars themes, so I'm no longer allowed to make fun of them because they picked the wrong star option in science fiction.
Have you?
So
Well, they did
now
in the past.
Now you can go watch them. They are no longer doing Star Wars. Yay!
We've also watched them before. It's fine. Angela, did you wanna plug anything or whatever?
Yeah, Leona saved us for stepping in as our producer tonight. So if Leona wants to plug anything, she can let us know.
Also,
and we're
Angela.
also supposed.
Angela,
No,
did
I skip Angela? I'm so sorry.
It happens. It happens. We're all tired.
I am very tired. It's almost 11.
The world. I will just add on to everyone's sentiments outside of the obvious of that has already been said. Is that take care of each other, support. Even if even if your lane right now can't be directly on the front lines of doing direct action, supporting your friends, supporting other creators, making spaces to provide community resources and all of that to help folks in BLM, doing BLM work, so Black Lives Matters work, helping for the bail funds, helping for other overlapping topics and considering groups that are at the overlap of that are affecting Black lives. So whether it's anti-Semitism that's affecting Black Jewish lives, whether it's trans misogyny and transphobia that's and just trans hatred in general that's affecting folks like some of the, I think there was a Black trans man who was killed recently whose attention has been brought up, or Black women as well. Like even the names that we do have, always remember the folks at the intersections as well, and within those communities, those lives also matter. And know that we value you, all of us here, I value that. And for folks, there's always a possibility to do something, even if it seems very small. There's always a way from your position to always do something. That is the trick of the world being on fire, is that it makes you think that you have no power, and that will never be the case. It cannot ever actually be the case. That is the lie of the terrible systems that we live in this world. The reality is you're all powerful, even if it's small, and we are even more powerful together. So thank you, everyone. And I'm looking forward to seeing what we all build in better worlds, hopefully, that come from all of this.
And if you have kids, and if they are white kids or look white, tell them about their privilege. My children are 6 and 8, and I had this talk with them a few days ago. And trust me, they're not too young. They will understand if you talk to them on their level that they are the ones that have to help their friends when they are being talked down to and things. So kids are not too young to talk about this.
Mm-hmm. Can I
Do
add
your own
on
work.
one little more thing?
One little more thing.
Yeah, one little more thing. It's
Important.
Pride Month. It's Pride
Yeah.
Month.
It is Pride Month. Pride Month started
And
today. Happy
yes,
Pride Month,
happy
despite
Pride Month.
everything.
Exactly. And so I want to say that just because it's Pride Month, you can also support the protests and all that stuff that's going on. You know,
Yes.
we don't have to let it take away from Pride Month, but we also need to recognize that this is going on in the world and that this is very important right now. So please be mindful of each other and please be careful in these spaces and stuff. Love everyone.
Just love everyone. Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick. Be nice to people.
Yes.
We will be reading Scraticus, a stream I have been on quite a lot in the past as well. They're also amazing, inclusive people, and they are doing a Black Lives Matter charity stream. So please, please go over there, support them if you can. I've been donating to bill funds, even though I'm halfway across the world, because I think these things matter. So if you can support, please, please do so. And I'm going to wish you all a very good night. And hopefully we will see you next week. And I won't be as naive as to believe this problem is going away in a week, but I hope maybe we will be in a slightly better position, because this is going to go in very small steps.
Mm-hmm.
Good night. Love each other. Be good.
Night. Love you all.
Bye, guys. See ya. It's doing the right thing. Yes. Success.
Are we off here?